Hey everyone, welcome back to week 4 of our Rugby League Strength and Conditioning program. Congratulations, officially past the halfway mark, just the last 3 weeks to go. This week we're going to jump it up a notch again. We're going to be adding in an extra strengthening day so that we're doing a full body routine, an upper body workout and a lower body plus stability workout. So a little bit more exercises on offer today, so I hope you enjoy them.
Okay, so here's our suggested routine for week 4. As you can see, it's nice and bright. We've color coded it for you to make it a little bit easier to understand. The most notable change is adding in the extra resistance exercise days. So adding in both the leg and stability exercises and the upper body exercises. So we're doing the strengthening stuff 3 times a week and still continuing with the 3 running sessions. Okay, and here are our full body workout exercises for week 4. Compared to week 3, there's not too many differences due to adding in the 2 extra strengthening days, but we'll briefly go through the new changes that we've made, as well as just reiterate a few of the rep changes we've made. So for our first exercise cluster, we're doing our Bulgarian split squats again with the weight like we did last week, except we're going to be increasing from performing 15 repetitions to 20.
Okay, so supersetting our Bulgarian split squats, we're going to be doing our push-ups again. This time the trusty backpack and books back, to just add a little bit more load to it. So just stocking that up in the backpack, whacking it on your back, and then we're just going to be doing our push-ups with the bag on. So trying to maintain that good technique. Nice and easy, doing it at a good tempo so we're controlling it. You want to try and maintain that form for all 15 repetitions and for all 3 sets. If you find you're fatiguing and you're starting to quiver, your bottom's dropping to the floor or your elbows flaring out, it's probably a sign that you're fatigued too much to the point where the technique just isn't there, and it's probably a good idea to call the set short there and then try again next session, and you should find that your body's adapted and you're stronger and you're able to do a few more reps with that good technique. So give that one a go.
And for our second cluster, we're going to be doing our single leg hamstring bridges, our A exercise. So we're going to be increasing the repetitions on each leg from 10 to 15. And then our second exercise, the B exercise, is going to be the side planks on toes. So we're increasing our duration of hold from 45 seconds to 60 seconds. And our third exercise cluster is going to begin with our straight leg adductor raises again. This time we're increasing from 6 reps to 8 reps per set.
Okay, so we're up to the front planks again, but this time, you should hopefully be up to doing a 2-minute hold. We're going to progress that once you're able to do that, and we're going to be doing what I call plank up and down. So we're going from tall plank into that sort of standard plank position and then back again. So in this position, hands underneath your shoulders and then dropping down and coming back up. So nice controlled fashion like that. We're going to be doing 10 of those with the right hand pushing up first, and then going 10 after that with the left hand pushing up, so just changing the order that you're doing it. So give that one a go and you should get a nice burn through your core muscles.
And wrapping up our workout again, we're going to have our bent knee calf raises with the weight, with the backpack. We're going to be increasing the amount of reps we can do on each leg to 15 as opposed to the 10 we did last week. Okay, and following up 2 days after our full body workout, we're going to be doing our leg and stability exercises. Pretty much all brand new exercises here except for the bent knee calf raises, so make sure you pay close attention to the technique for these ones.
Okay, so the first exercise for our leg and stability day is going to be just a reverse lunge. So I'll show you this side on. Very similar technique to the Bulgarian split squat, trying to keep our torso nice and upright. I'm just alternating one leg at a time. Nice and controlled, not rushing it. I'm trying to get all the way down so that we're getting good 90-degree bend at our knee and 90 degrees at our hip. Okay, so this is going to predominantly working our quad muscles and our glutes, and is also working on a bit of balance and stability of the knee. As you're coming down too, try and focus on keeping your knee in line with your foot, not letting it sort of cave in. Okay, so there's a couple of technique pointers I want you to focus on with the lunges. Okay, so the next exercise is going to be a Nordic curl. For this one, you're going to need an object where you have a little bit of a gap where you can slot your feet in, or otherwise having someone to help you, a partner, to hold your ankles down with a fair amount of pressure is going to be required for it, but it's a very useful exercise for reducing the risk of hamstring injuries. So what we're going to do, either have that partner hold your heels, or you're going to set up, sometimes like a lounge will work good, and you're just locking yourself in. You're going to slowly lower yourself down to the ground, keeping your torso upright so you're not bending at your hips as you do it. So I'll just show you. Going all the way to the ground as much as you can control, and then you have to push yourself back up. You should feel your hamstrings really grab and holding you on to lower your body down to the ground, and this is going to be really helpful in, like I said, reducing the risk of getting a hammy strain. So because this exercise is quite high demand, we're only going to be doing reps of 5 of this. Alright guys, the next exercise we're going to do is a reverse Nordic curl. So obviously the opposite of a Nordic curl, which we've just demonstrated. So this one we're going to be working our quadricep muscles. In a similar fashion, it's going to be quite a demanding exercise. So we're only going to be doing 5 reps and really focusing on the lowering part of the exercise. So I always get people to have their hands across their chest as they do it, and just slowly lowering back. It's as far as you can control and coming back. Like so. So the key with this one is try not to fold at your hips as you go down. Try and keep your hips nice and straight with your shoulders and your knees as you're going back. So give that a go. Okay, so our next exercise is going to be a straight knee calf raise. So obviously over the last 3 weeks we've been doing bent knee calf raises, which is working your soleus muscle. The straight knee calf raise is going to target the calf muscle that's a bit higher. It's called your gastrocnemius. So that one's going to be working more with some more explosive tasks like jumping. So it'd be probably a good one for wingers and fullbacks, jumping up to take the high kicks. So you just want to keep your knees straight as you're doing it and not trying to let it bend as you come up. So you just need an object or surface where you can hold onto for some balance support, and just going nice and easy up and nice and easy down. So taking a good second or so to complete the action up, and then a second to come down. Alright, so our first stability exercise is going to be what's called a Y balance. So what we're going to do is imagine the letter Y, so that the front part's there and the backward sort of fangs out to the side. So we're going to be trailing that pattern with our legs. So we're going to start on one leg, have a slight bend in our knee, going as forward as far as we can control, coming back to the center, out to that first part of the Y, and then back to that other part. All that time hovering that foot over the ground and not sort of losing your balance and putting your weight on the other side. So going around in one direction, following all 3 points, is going to be 1 rep. We're going to do 5 of those on each leg.
Okay, and our last exercise cluster for our leg and stability day is going to be the bent knee calf raises, this time without the weight for this time this week. So we're going to shoot for more reps. We're going to go for 25 reps without using that backpack. So we're going to be supersetting these with our last stability exercise, which is the forward hops, which we'll show you now.
Our first stability exercise is going to be a forward hop. What we're going to be doing is balancing on one leg, jumping forward and sticking the landing. So that one wasn't very good by me. That's better. So we want good sticking point, good landing mechanics so that our knees are a little bit bent and our hips a little bit bent too. So that's going to help absorb the forces. It's going to get you into some good habits in order to absorb those forces through the muscles instead of taking the brunt of the force through the joints, and so you can end up with some pretty nasty knee and ankle injuries. So I want you to focus on that. We're going to shoot for 10 good reps. So that first rep I performed wasn't good. Don't count ones like that. Only count the ones that you land.
Okay, so 2 days after our lower body exercises, we're going to be doing our upper body. So the idea of this day is to improve the overall bulk of our torso and arms, as well as reduce the risk of any shoulder injuries.
Okay, so our first upper body exercise is going to be a bag overhead press. So using our trusty bag loaded up with a textbook, we're just going to hold it in front of us. I'll show you from the side, and just pushing it above your head. Okay, so this is going to be working predominantly our shoulder muscles and trying to improve the bulk of those muscles, which will be able to help you take contact and to be able to hit whilst playing. Okay, so for our upper body day, the push-ups are going to be done in a different fashion in order to be a bit more explosive. So we're going to try for some clap push-ups. So you're going to get into that push-up position again, but as you come up, you're going to sort of explode and try and clap in between each rep. Okay, just like that. If you find it too difficult to do that whilst on your toes, you can do the same thing on your knees. So same sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to shoot for 15 reps of that, and yeah, you should get a good burn through your pecs and through your arms doing that one. Okay, next we're going to be doing some bicep curls using our trusty bag again. Bear in mind as well, if you do have weights, you're perfectly fine to use that as well, and it's probably obviously going to be a bit easier to do it than holding a bag, but we're just going to be trying to perform a classic bicep curl. So just bringing our elbows up, trying to keep the tension through the muscle. So I find it's good keeping your palm open whilst performing this instead of actually holding on, and just trying to arc the bag in that fashion as opposed to just lifting it up. You're trying to do it in a bit more of a circular fashion. Okay, and you should feel those bicep muscles working doing that. Okay, we're back again with the bag. This time we're going to be doing a back exercise, so it's going to be bent over row using the bag as a weight. So you're just going to be leaning forward, trying to keep your back straight. You're going to be bringing the bag up to your belly and then slowly back down. Trying to keep your elbows fairly tucked in, close to your side. Just like that. Okay. So this is going to be working the muscles in between your shoulder blades. So you're trying to squeeze those muscles as you're bringing the bag back. Alright, so the next upper body exercise is going to be a dip. So we're going to be using a box, a chair, or a lounge, or a couch, something like that where you can put some pressure on. You're going to walk your feet out and just lowering your body to the ground, trying to keep your elbows tucked in, not letting them flare out to the side, and just controlling yourself, not just letting gravity take you down and doing the reps too quickly. So nice and controlled, and you should be feeling that through the tricep muscle at the back. It's going to help you develop some big guns. All right, so next up we have some chin-ups. This is an optional exercise only if you have something to hang off available. The other option is if you can go to a local park, and the monkey bar set works pretty good. That's where I started to do chin-ups from, so that works just as well. So what we're going to do, obviously holding up onto the bar, and we're just bringing ourselves up and slowly lowering down. If you don't have quite the strength to pull yourself all the way up, doing it in an underhand grip is going to be a little bit easier. The other option is you can sort of spring yourself up and jump up and then slowly lower it down. Okay, so the key is just that nice controlled descent, not just letting gravity take you back. That's what's going to really develop your lat muscles in order to be able to achieve that.
Okay, so with our conditioning work for week 4, it's going to be very much the same as last week. We're just changing a few little variables. The first one for the interval session, we're going to be increasing the speed of our run along the length of the field from 80% to 90%. The recovered jog we're also increasing to 50%, and our overall volume we're adding in an extra lap per set. So we're going to be doing 4 laps instead of 3, and still keeping that 1.5 minute rest between the sets. Our second session is going to look exactly the same. It's just a nice long slow run of about 20 to 25 minutes at a very comfortable pace. And then our third session, working on our speed, is going to be some 100% sprints, keeping all those parameters the same, ensuring we have that nice rest break in between the sets, which is really important to develop our speed.
Alrighty guys, that's it for another week. Hope you enjoyed the little changes we've made this time around. Keep working hard, and we'll catch you next week to keep smashing it. Cheers.